Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, after yesterday's video and seeing how well that did, just sort of on every little method of sort of utilizing professions to make things, I wanted to sort of do a more passive AFK one. And I really wanted to focus on all the tactics I do when I'm literally just AFK. Like, I'm not doing anything, I'm just sitting here chilling, and sort of the methods and things I can do to sort of make profit. And a lot of these things are new because of Phase 5 and the crafting patterns that you have to utilize, as well as the scenario and logistics questline really is what makes a lot of these just super valuable, and you really wouldn't expect them to be, and it just sort of is kind of really cool and neat to me. And actually a lot of them are first aid. So if we look at first aid right this very moment, you would make 12 silver per bandage that you make of heavy rune cloth bandage. You would make 7 or almost 8 silver here per heavy mage weave bandage you made, and you would even make 3 silver and 36 copper per heavy silk bandage you made. That is just literally sitting there making these bandages and putting them up there, and that is per bandage. So, like you make a stack of 20 bandages, 20 times that's like 2 gold profit. And to sort of reiterate that, we're going to come here and we're just going to search rune cloth, and we see a stack of rune cloth. It's going for 2 gold and 20 silver right now at that rate. And then we look at heavy rune cloth band-aids. We see a stack of those are 4 gold and 80 silver upward. I mean, that's only one stack. The others are 5 gold and 75 silver. And the reason this is just literally can just go buy rune cloth off the auction house, sit there, do nothing, turn them into band-aids, put those band-aids up, and these band-aids are selling. Why are these band-aids selling? They're selling because people, I mean, honestly, this is actually really cheap rune cloth. I'm just going to go ahead and buy this now, because there's not much on the auction house right now, and so snagging this at such a low price, I haven't seen it that low in a while. So snagging it that low is actually super huge. I'm literally going to turn those all into rune cloth band-aids and sell them. I'll even show you my TSM when I can sort of sell those. But it's really just sort of stuff like that. Let's even take a look at mage weave here. So mage weave bandages. So we got a heavy mage weave bandages. These are selling for 6 gold and 43 silver, just because people do not want to sit there and make them. This is literally why people would buy mage weave bandages right now. And it's kind of insane that you can literally just make band-aids and make a lot of money off of those. We look at mage weave cloth. Now, mage weave cloth per stack, now this is kind of ridiculous where it's at. It's way higher. Honestly, at this insane rate, you'd be operating at a loss to make them into bandages. That's just how it is right now. Sometime, unless, yeah, they take 2. So it'd take 2 cloth per bandage. Even I believe my TSM, someone did some market manipulation here, and that's why we see that. But just mage weave isn't hard to farm. You get a ton at ZF. You can go into hinterlands and kill all those blood elves. They drop a ton. There's a lot of places that you can go in order to get these band-aids. In order to sort of make them. Now let's take a look here at silk cloth. Silk, there is so much silk here. It's kind of ridiculous. It's selling for 3 silver per. A lot of individual stacks, which kind of flood it. And then when we get to stacks of 20, yeah, 60 silver. I mean, it's almost the same vendor price. It's just a little bit above vendor price right now to buy this all. And then we could turn them into heavy silk bandages. And yeah, as you can see, those are 3 gold. It would be an incredible profit margin to buy those silk band-aids, turn them into that, and then put them up on the AH to sell them. Why all this because someone can't be bothered to sit there for 5 minutes to craft their band-aids. They need their band-aids now, and I mean, if you have the gold, why not do that? You know, like people do that all the time. But anyway, that's just sort of what it is. I just want to show you an example here. All that rune cloth we just bought, so we'll be able to combine these stacks right here. And hopefully we will be able to get our last stack. Alright, there we go. So we got that stack of rune cloth right there. And now we're going to sort of turn them into band-aids and see what we can get from that. I have to put something in my bank. We'll put those boots there. And just to give you an example here, so heavy rune cloth bandages, we can 5 minutes to make those, and then sell them on the auction house to make like 20 gold. Like literally just 20 gold for 5 minutes of my time to sit here and make these band-aids is about what we will turn. I'll get the exact amounts and sort of what we profited later, but I just wanted to sort of show you like how useful these things are and how fast you can do this. Like in first aid is easy. I'm pretty sure everyone has first aid leveled up, and if you don't, it's super easy to level up. Maybe now it's a bit harder because of the silk and the mage weave and the rune cloth manipulations, but it's still really, really good. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is anti-venom and powerful anti-venom. Now, in AQ, the difference between these anti-venoms, it says target is cured of poisons up to level 61 minute cooldown. That's powerful anti-venom. Normal anti-venom says target is cured of poisons up to level 25. Now, I don't know if people know this. I don't know how well known this fact is, but the normal anti-venom works in AQ. You can literally use just anti-venom, plain anti-venom, in order to craft, and you will get what you need to get from it. So we're done crafting band-aids for the moment here. I want to take a look at those anti-venoms and sort of show you how you can use this, because in AQ, everything has poisons. Like, poisons is so huge. These anti-venoms help so much on Viscidus and other encounters that Hoo run. Just anything that has that you're popping a greater nature resistance pot on, you're gonna be using some anti-venom for those purposes. So let's look at anti-venom. There's literally only powerful anti-venoms on the market here. That's kind of crazy. Let's look at small. We'll look at venom. We'll just type venom and we should get the venom sacks. So huge venom sacks. Like literally we could just buy these, turn them into the powerful anti-venom and sell those. And there aren't even any small venom sacks on the auction house right now either. So it's kind of crazy that we're seeing this market, but like literally you could buy this for 2 gold, put it up, and we would make 4 gold profit just like that. It's just so simple. And I believe you get the powerful anti-venom from the Argent Dawn reputation here. So let's take a look. I believe that's where you get it. Yeah, so you get the powerful anti-venom being honored with Argent Dawn. Most people probably already have that, if I'm being honest. I mean, I have it on 2 of my guys. I almost have it on my 3rd. But there is also a potion. It's a poison resistance pot. This is pretty hard to find. It's like a rare world drop. If you're lucky enough to get it, it's pretty awesome. And you can use that potion really, really well in AQ as well as that. And that's sort of why these things sell how they're selling for those specific things. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, I touched briefly on just thorium yesterday, but let's look at these profit margins for smelting. So if you're a miner and you don't even want to go out and mine, you can literally just smelt. If we look at the margins, it's almost profit on every single one. The biggest ones are mithril and thorium that I would recommend. Iron is a bit weird because some things actually do just take iron ore, and iron bounces back and forth. But those are the 3 I would focus on: mithril, iron, and thorium. And now dark iron, that's super interesting. So it takes its margin is huge. Obviously, a dark iron bar takes a lot. in order to make, and in order to smelt them, you have to go into BRD. If you're familiar with getting attuned or lava jump, you pretty much do that. It is soloable to get there. You have to be able to kill one level 55 destroyer. Now, these things hit hard, so if you're going to attempt this, I would recommend a greater fire protection pot, and then I would go there and make it. Now, it requires having a lot of your own dark iron ore, and it can be quite lucrative. I definitely could show you guys and make a video on how to smelt it solo. I'd have to do it on my warrior, but you know, a mage could do it. I'd imagine anyone can solo it if you use the proper potions. But just wanted to go over these margins. Steel, there's not really much that uses steel, so like this is a bit skewed because not many people are using it. But a big reason that we see such huge margins is those enchanted thorium that I showed you yesterday, as well as the I didn't mean to go to my mining. I meant to go to my blacksmithing and sort of show you these massive iron axes. Look at that. They take 14 iron bars, 4 gold bars, but they have a profit margin of 12 gold. I could literally buy all the mats here, craft these axes, and then make 12 gold just from that. The other one that we see a lot of are ornate mithril boots. Now, those are here in the plate, and we see that 11 gold profit just to literally go buy these mats and craft these boots. It's knowing what people want, and honestly, the best thing I've seen is people are so lazy here in Classic. Like, they will buy anything that makes their life easier and faster. Like, they could track down a blacksmith, get those crafted, but that's not worth their time. They'd rather spend the extra 12 gold just to have it right then and there. And these are all of these things I'm showing you are mainly to do with either AQ being out or the Cenarian quest lines for the logistics badges, tactical badges, and the combat badges. Mainly the logistical ones, because tactical and combat are actually just going out there and doing things. But this is so important, guys, and there's so many things you could do. The poison resistance pot, I will look here before we end this video, but just these are some of the passive, like, AFK ways to just make tons of money. Like, literally just sit there and buy things off the auction house and put them back up. Like, I don't even think it's flipping. It's just literally common sense. You're sitting there looking at what professions, what things you can do. And with the first aid one, I have to believe that almost every single person has leveled first aid. Like, if you haven't yet, then I don't know what you're doing. Like, straight up, I don't know what you're doing if you haven't leveled that up. You're making a huge mistake. First aid is, like, used leveling in every single class. Let me take here. Elixir of poison resistance. Imbuer is cured of up to 4 poisons up to level 60. Takes a large venom sac, bruiseweed, and a leaded vial. So that is all those take, and they are pretty hard to get, but you can use those at level 14 even, so it's a low-level alchemy thing. I do not actually have the recipe. As I said, the recipe is kind of a rare-ish world drop, and it sells for hundreds of gold now because of people becoming aware. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you have any other methods or things that you've noticed that you've been able to sell, I would love to hear it. It's just super awesome to sort of see how much you can get and what you can do with just literally knowing what people need, why they're needing it, and sort of sitting there and making it. And like, if you have professions like enchanting and stuff, as you're advertising enchanting, you can just be sitting there making those things. Like, it takes no effort to literally just make gold AFK. Like, you're just AFK making gold, whatever you have to do. You can even have WoW in the background playing a different game. Like, there's just so many things you can do, and you're just making gold. It's one of the best ways, and honestly, one of my favorite things to do, just to sort of passively generate income, to sort of, you know, be able to fund my excessive raiding expenses. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.